It's time to build the most stunning watch that has ever existed. I have bought a bunch more parts from AliExpress. Today we're going to be building such an incredible watch. I found this part on AliExpress and then it's been the entire design inspiration for this watch today. It's going to be a GMT. It's going to be made to sort of look very similar to the Rolex GMT, but it's not going to have any logos or anything like that because we're building this ourselves and it's custom. Look at that baby blue, or I believe it's called a sort of Tiffany blue bezel. That is the GMT bezel. And then we're going to have a lovely white dial to go in the center of that and some matching Tiffany blue GMT hands with, of course, a GMT movement and, of course, a GMT case. The case is pretty good. It's not the best quality, but it's going to do the job. It's come with a blue and black Batman bezel on there, but we're going to be able to just take that out and swap it over for the Tiffany blue one. And you can see all the way through, which is not a standard thing that comes on GMTs. And so we are going to, of course, install a sort of a Tiffany blue rotor adhesive sticker thing, which I wasn't actually totally sure on in the last video that I installed that, but I'm a big fan of them. I think they look awesome. So without any further ado, let's get to the build. Mysterious camera shadow has appeared, but I think this is going to be a far better angle, and then you can actually see me placing the hands down and stuff. So the first thing we're going to, of course, do is get our little finger gloves on. People didn't like me calling them finger condoms. They were very offended. So to those people, I say, too bad. These are the finger condoms, and this is my channel, so get used to it. Here we are. Here is the dial. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm really glad that this one doesn't say anything on it. I don't want to try and pass this off as something that it isn't. I want it to just be my custom watch, and I think maybe at some point in the future we should explore trying to add my own sort of like, I don't know, logo or design onto there in some way. But there is the dial. That is absolutely beautiful. It looks incredibly nice quality. Really, really, really nice. So here we have the movement, and this one is a GMT movement, of course, because this is going to actually have GMT functionality. I've never fitted 4 hands before, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. But here's that dial again. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Let's take it out of the little bag. Absolutely stunning. It's got a sort of a shiny, pearly sort of gloss to it, and then all of those chrome little hour indice markers with the really nice white in the center. And we'll have to check what the sort of the lume color is as well afterwards, and see if it's a really nice sort of green or blue color. The first thing I did the last time was I stuck the rotor down, so we should probably do that first. I'm really a big fan of these, actually. I think that they just add something else to it, just a little subtle, nice thing. So it's not the easiest of things to stick down because, you know, it's very, very flimsy and thin. So you don't really want to be setting it down wrong and then having to do it again. So there's 3 little glue strip sticker things. So let's go ahead and set them down onto the back of this rotor. I don't really think it's going to matter too much where we put them. I'm just going to go for that. Just a little triangular formation there. Stuck them all down. And then we can peel the little protective pieces off. Okay, and then we're going to set it down. So this is quite a tricky thing to do. You want to make sure that you're getting that alignment perfect before you go down with it. Otherwise, it's going to be a right pain to try and get it off again. I'm really pleased with that. That went well. Look at that. And I know it's not like identical in coloring to the bezel, but you got to remember it's going to be on the back. It's not going to be actually sort of side by side. So to the naked eye, that's going to be pretty good. Okay, let's take this movement out now and let's go down with the dial. This dial foot here is just ever so slightly bent inwards. This is the sort of stuff that you just have to expect when buying bits from AliExpress, that the quality is not going to be perfect. So I'm just going to very, very gently bend that up straight. That should be okay now. Let's have a look. Well, that was a little bit scary. It turns out I ordered the wrong dial. The movement is the NH34, which is the GMT. The dial was the NH35. But I just took a very fine little cylindrical file, and I just was going in and out a little bit. It's not, you know, going to be absolutely perfect, but all of that is going to be hidden underneath the hands. But yeah, it's good enough from rock and roll. You can't see a single burr on there. I did get it pretty perfect. I'm quite a perfectionist. Okay, so the next thing to do is on with the hands. Now, I've bought quite a few different hands, and I have some different ideas. So this is a set of the hands, the sort of Mercedes Rolex hands with a Tiffany GMT arrow hand there. But I also bought, let me just take a quick look. I also bought, and I don't know if this is going to work, but I think it could. I really think it could. I bought an additional yellow GMT hand. I know that sounds crazy, but I think the yellow could actually be the move. I've also bought some silver ones as well, but the yellow one, I actually think that could be the move. I think it really could be. Can you see that there? The yellow and the blue. Okay, so I've actually worked out that the best way to put the hands on is like to get really low to the table and then offer up the sort of the hand pushing tool, and you can actually see exactly where it's going to go then. You're not going to push it too far and bend everything. So let's give this a go. Okay, so with plenty of faffing about, I've got it absolutely perfect. Let's go all the way around here. You can see that yellow GMT hand just spinning around. And then when we approach the 12 o'clock, the date changes. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not like 100% perfect, but everything lines up, you know, directly opposite. It's pretty sweet. I'm pretty happy with it. It's very difficult to get it absolutely perfect. You can see there, the GMT hand is maybe just a tad off, but I have been playing around with this thing for so long. I think I'm going to just call it. I think I'm going to close it up now. It's good enough for me. Look at that. That's just switched right over and it's there. And it looks gorgeous. Okay, so what we now have to do is remove the crown, which we know how to do. We've done this quite a lot of times. So let's go ahead and do that. There's a small button that you press, and then you can sort of pull out the crown and stem. One-handed is quite tricky. But he's done it. So with the crown and stem out, it's time to set it into the actual case. So let's go ahead and try and take off the bracelet and stuff. I just think that like it's going to be easier to work on this with that off. So we've got loads of stickers covering all of the chrome. Now this sort of metal, this metal is fairly inexpensive. It's quite easy to scratch it. The first watch that I made now has quite a few scuffs on it, but that's one of the nice things about it being ultimately quite a cheap watch. You know, this is about £100 to buy all of these parts. It's quite nice to then not worry about it so much. Right, so I'm just removing the bracelet so that it's ever so slightly easier for us to work on this. So they can set that over to the side for now. Right, now this is the really fun part. It's where things start to become quite rewarding and quite satisfying. We can take off this protective film, and the bezel insert has not actually been adhered down yet properly, which is nice, but there's some tape inside here that we're going to need to peel off, but conveniently we're obviously swapping that out. So let's go ahead and unscrew the case back. I've got my deflated ball. There we go. So let's give this one final little blow, and in here as well, and then we can set this over the top. Oh my goodness me. Oh wow. This is gonna be just beautiful. It's gonna be absolutely stunning. Seriously, it's seriously nice. Now, I believe this little thing here is a case spring. So as you then screw the case back down, that'll sort of hold the movement in place. One thing we're gonna do is take out the gasket, and we can just pop that into this little greaser here so that this will be hopefully watertight, or at least, you know, we can have some faith that it's going to be fairly good. Oh my word. That is astonishingly beautiful. Okay, we're not going to put that bezel on just yet. Let's unscrew this crown. So we need to cut the stem to the correct length. So they've included a stem somewhere. Here it is. But remember to buy a few spares because this can go wrong. Okay, so it's time to install the stem and crown. Now, the best way to do this is to take the stem and take the crown, screw them onto each other like that. Just tighten it up a little bit there with some tweezers so that it's all the way down. And then we're going to slide it all the way into, we'll take the case back off now actually. It's good to know that everything all fits okay. So we can slide it all the way down and actually latch it fully into place. There we go. So that is it all the way in. Now, what we need to do is take our calipers, and we're going to measure the inside between the end of the threads and the inside of the crown there. So it's about 5.1 mil. So I'm going to take off 5 mil from the stem, and then we can push it back in and see if that's enough. Let's see, did I take off enough? Too much? Have I ruined it? Is it broken? Let's take a look. Wow. I think I need to take a little bit more off. But we're not far out, I don't think. Oh, I am absolutely in love with that color combination. Those hands just look brilliant. Okay, let's take a tiny little bit more off. So it's currently ticking, and we can manually wind it, which is brilliant. So if we pull it out 1, we can do the date. So let's actually set this now. So it is the 1st of June, and it's 3:46. So let's set that over here now. 1, 2. Oh, well, we need to go to. Oh, it is actually already there. Okay, 346. There we have it. So it now has the correct time, and I pushed it in again, and the second hand is off. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's screw that down. Oh no, what have I done? I've created the nicest looking watch on the planet. Oh, wow. Okay. Right. Here's the final piece. The final beautiful piece. And look, we've got our exhibition case back with the matching sort of color there of the rotor. Oh my word. Okay, let's take off the adhesive that's just in here. The little whatever that is, you know, the sticky protective part. Here we go. It looks so good. It looks so good. It looks so good. Now, one thing I did realize is this isn't quite accurate to how a GMT works, because a GMT bezel you can rotate both ways, but that's okay. It's an AliExpress watch. Look at that. Oh my word. Oh my word. That is just gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous. With the yellow hand as well. The yellow hand looks so good. And then you flip it over and you've just got that nice little touch on the back there. We can take this protective film off. I am so happy with this. Oh, wow. Do you know what? I really like the fact that it doesn't even have a logo on it. Oh, damn. That just looks so good. Okay, right, we need to put it on the bracelet and then adjust the bracelet and get it on my wrist. And that is not coming off for days. That is not coming off for days. Goodbye, G-Shock. I love you, but this is going to be what I'm wearing for a while now. It is done. Wow. It's absolutely perfectly centered on my wrist with fewer links on this side than on that side. It is just absolutely breathtaking. I seriously cannot even describe to you how happy I am looking at that. It is exactly what I envisioned it would look like. And more, and more, and more. Seeing it in person, it's just incredible. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm sure you will all agree. It is absolutely beautiful. The only thing left to do is to find out what color the loom is, which I won't know, but you will have found out already. I hope it was pretty. Oh, and then when you take it off as well, you can see inside, and it's got that beautiful little blue accent there as well, just to, if it didn't already have enough pizzazz, it's got that little bit in there as well. That is absolutely beautiful. I love it to pieces. I love it to pieces. I will link all the parts that I use in the description. I hope you've all enjoyed. Go and build yourselves one. This is awesome. Catch you in the next one. Bye.